The Korean currency has recently been hovering around its highest level in nearly 6 years, but there is no sign that the won will lose its strength anytime soon. In fact, market watchers expect the local currency to test psychologically important levels in coming months. Here's our Hwang Ji-hye with this report.
Expectations are growing for a stronger Korean won that's already trading at the 1,020 level against the U.S. dollar. Market watchers say that by the end of this year, the won is likely to breach the psychologically important 1,000 level. The Bank of Tokyo Mitsubishi UFJ predicts the Korean won to trade at 975 against the dollar, while the American banking company Wells Fargo expects it to trade at 990. Analysts attribute the strength of the won to the widely shared perception that the Korean currency is undervalued. The IMF has recently said it believed the won is as much as 8% undervalued and that the country has an unusually large current account surplus, which accounted for some 6% of the nation's gross domestic product. It added that steps to lower the Korean currency's value would do more harm than good. The U.S. Treasury Department has also called on Korea last month to limit foreign exchange intervention to exceptional circumstances. Experts are concerned the won is gaining strength too fast. The local currency gained value by more than 3% against the greenback last month, the biggest upward shift among the world's 40 major currencies. They point out, however, the U.S. Federal Reserve's plan to end its stimulus programs could reverse the won's trend later this year. Hwang Ji-hye, Arirang News.
Better than expected April exports in Korea, Taiwan, and China have economists talking about the long-awaited pickup in demand from the West. But for Korea, a rising local currency is making an already fragile export outlook look even shakier. Strengthening local currency, a recession-like trade surplus, less so impressive exports, and a possible impact from the nation's deadly ferry disaster. Let's try getting an overall assessment of the Korean economy today and seek possible measures to avoid a negative impact. For that, Dr. Kim In-chul, professor of international economics at Sung Kyun Kwan University, joins me live in the studio. Professor Kim, welcome to the program.
My pleasure to be here.
Now, the local currency, the won, has climbed 2.4% this year to its highest level against the U.S. dollar, now since August 2008. I think what's worse is that it has climbed 5.5% at against the currency of Korea's biggest export market, which is China, of course, thanks to efforts by Beijing to push the yuan lower. Now, the rising value of the local currency is usually good news for the Korean economy, but this time around, not so much. Could you explain to us why that is the case?
Okay. Under the globally flexible exchange rate system, the exchange rate between any two nations is changing every day. And in principle, the demand and supply in the foreign currency market determine the market exchange rate. Mm-hmm. And see, the thing is that the Korean won currency gets stronger when its exports increase, when its imports decrease, and when its net capital inflows expand and increase. Now, besides the secularly weakening trend of the U.S. dollar value, has made most of the other currencies stronger. So the confluence of all these factors has made the Korean won currency, become stronger. Now, this time the exchange rate change, the $1 change, is somewhat worrisome because, say, less than a month ago, the exchange rate was a little above the 1,070 level. But now it has come down to the 1,021 level. So this is too big a change, and this is too short a time. So it is the exchange rate volatility that makes people feel uneasy, because the exchange rate volatility is becoming more unpredictable.
Right, and currency fluctuations, of course, have a big impact on the nation's exporters. And, of course, Korea being a heavily export-driven economy, that cannot be good news for the nation's economy. Now, what are some preemptive measures that the government or the industries can come up with to better protect the nation's exporters from these currency fluctuations?
Well, I'm afraid there's very little we can do, but nevertheless, there is one straightforward, preemptive measure to protect the exporters and the importers from exchange rate risk. That is, they can use the currency or the exchange rate volatility insurance facility that is conducted by the Korea Trade Insurance Corporation. And by paying a small fee of insurance premium, they can protect themselves from the exchange rate risk. Those exporters who sell the ships, large ships, vessels, and cars can sell their dollars in the forward market, whereas the importers can buy their dollars in the forward market as well. So by utilizing these facility, they can avoid somewhat the exchange rate risk. Now, one other perhaps the measure to protect themselves from exchange rate risk is to extend their knowledge of the operation of the forward exchange market, how they operate, what is the nature of the current exchange rate, spot exchange market and the forward exchange market, even the currency futures market. And they need to study, and also they need to improve their skill and ability to predict the future exchange rate. So that's that they can do. I think that's the ways of, there are ways to get around the problem at this point.
Right. Meanwhile, the Korea Central Bank left its key interest rate unchanged for the 12th straight month, and in May. And this, of course, as it seeks to spur growth, in the face of headwinds from a surge in the yuan, as well as possible impact from weaker consumption, of course, from the ferry accident. But I'm sure it's inevitable that the Bank of Korea needs to raise or conduct a rate hike at some point. How much longer do we expect the BOK to keep the rate at this level?
I think at the present time, the Bank of Korea is in a policy dilemma. Because it may have to raise its interest rate, the benchmark rate, as the U.S. Federal Reserve's, increasing its federal funds rate. Otherwise, a massive, capital outflows will take place, and at the same time, when the interest rate increases, the interest rate burden of the household debtors will increase, and then their consumption will fall. Now, if they lower the interest rate, then the burden or the purchasing power of the senior citizens who mainly rely on their savings deposits, they complain and their consumption will fall. So either way, it is a kind of dilemma situation. Nevertheless, there will be a very small room for the central bank to implement its monetary and interest rate policy. That is, they may lower the interest rate, the base rate, a little bit at the right time, and then may jack it up later again at the right time. So the decision-making on the timing and the magnitude of the change are extremely important.
Right. That's, of course, that needs to come from the economic policymakers of this country. Now, the Korean government, meanwhile, unveiled a set of measures aimed at boosting domestic consumption by speeding up spending in the wake of the Seoul ferry accident. Now, there are, however, skeptics about this set of measures, saying that this will not do much to spur the economy. Your take on that?
Well, I would say that because the government, the Ministry of Finance and Strategy, has announced that they may, increase or implement its spending a bit earlier than the scheduled, and it may even increase the scale of its expenditure. So definitely will have some, impact on the macroeconomy, the positive impact. There's no question about that. But at the same time, I think the government should focus on the stimulation of consumer spending. Now, for that to be done, the people in general need to change their consumer sentiment, the psychology. They need to be changed. And then the economy will pick up sometime later in this quarter, second quarter.
Right. I mean, we as a nation should mourn together and remember those who perished in the Solo ferry accident. But at the same time, we need to get back to our everyday lives as well. So that needs to be done. All right, Dr. Kim In-chul, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you for being with me.